arrived in London. Flight wasn't too bad other than the classic hour-and-a-half Air Canada delay added to the tally list, but I always forget how long it takes to get into like central London from Heathrow, close to 2 hours. Traffic was crazy, but I am here for a nothing phone launch. They're a bit more on the cheap budget side, but this is more around the opposite end of that, the premium luxe travel bag with this new guy. This is a Grams 28 duffel. I kind of brought this with me to the airport. You can actually see I have my WWDC little tag on it to just make sure that I know it's mine. Let's go through it, but first, I got a shower. Quick little room tour though. It is a decent sized room for London. Team carry-on only, always, especially just being here for 2 days. So decent sized place. We've just got the washroom. I'm gonna go in there. So much better. Always need to shower right when I get to a hotel, and it also is a big heat wave in London. It's like 32, 33 degrees, so feeling a lot better. So when you consider premium or luxe bags, you need to consider the materials and of course the brand. So Grams 28, I've partnered with them forever. I've gone through a lot of their stuff. They do command a higher price. This is the first time that they're coming out with a duffel series, which I do like to travel with. And if you haven't seen them before, they create these high quality bags, usually in this black plain leather that is a very good quality. When you look at designer, like I'm talking, LV, Dior, Bottega, ones that you're paying, $6,000, $7,000 for a duffel. Usually the outside is in some sort of canvas or a cheaper material. Leather is so much better because it's easier to clean once this gets dirty, which it will, because when you travel, it always picks up gunk. You just need a wet little cloth. You wipe it down and you're good to go. They actually have 2 sizes for duffels, which I shot some B-roll before I left on my trip to kind of go between the 2 options. This is the smaller of the 2, which kind of opens up like this. You have the other one, which opens more like a suitcase. I prefer this for traveling. Like I've said for the countless videos with all of their products, their stuff is really high quality. On the inside, it is nicely lined with this like micro suede or a nice soft liner, which keeps all of your personal essentials nice and protected. I've got a bunch of new stuff, but definitely if you're in the market for a new duffel, you can kind of see the profile of it right here. You've got the 2 main handles. It also comes with a strap that you can mount it more as like a shoulder bag. It also has this nice little addition for when you want to kind of slot this onto your suitcase. That's always a nice little addition, so your bag doesn't really go anywhere. Loaded with a ton of zippers. Maybe the only thing which I would change personally is this little attachment here, which you can kind of clip both of them together. I guess it's nice to have. It's not a must, but on the inside, let's get to the tech. These are the new Sony WH-1000XM6s for premium headphones. All I can say is the king has finally returned. These are best in class for active noise canceling for over-the-ear headphones. They come in 3 different colors. You can see that I've got the silver ones here. Wore them on, I think, like 3 or 4 flights as of this video. Like I said, best in class for noise canceling. So what's new this year is they have a new design, or they're kind of going back to a design that they took away for some reason in previous gen. So you can actually collapse them now into a more portable form factor. So when you're traveling, they also have this new little carrying case. They kind of just pop in like that. Those snap shut, and it has this little magnetic latch. It's nice, super easy to travel with. And what I've missed when I was just, on my last flight, they have this little connector, just a 3.5mm connector from the headphones, and you can plug that right into the plane's audio jack, so you can listen to actual like movies on the plane, compared to say like AirPods, which are stuck with now just a USB-C cable, so you can't really do that. The sound quality is being improved. There's more drivers, there's better processors. I honestly am not the biggest audiophile. I found even the Mark 3s, the Mark 4s, the Mark 5s, they all sound really good. For this, it's the active noise canceling, which I think has been improved the most. And when I say that I fly a lot, I'll show you my updated mileage in a second. Active noise canceling is the biggest feature for me. So if you're a frequent traveler, if you're someone that's on the subway, if you're commuting a lot, the noise canceling on these headphones, plus the fact that they are super comfy, like you never get any sort of ear fatigue. When they sit on your head, you never notice fatigue either on your ears or from the headband. The ear cups are nice and comfy. It is some sort of faux leather. Maybe if you hold on to them for a really long time, the fact that these are quite hard to replace, whereas AirPod Maxes or AirPods Max, I can never get the name right, you can just kind of swap those out. You can actually wash them if you want. You can buy new ones. I don't believe you can do the same for the Sonys. I'm wrong. Literally, I just plucked this out. So you can swap these. So that's super nice. I can never remember if you could. You can actually see the inside of the headphones right there. So I will take that back. Best in-class noise canceling, probably the best travel headphones that you can get. I've been waiting for that for a long time. So next in the bag is my Switch 2, which I thankfully got to play a little bit on the plane. This will be my first time talking about it since actual launch and when I kind of got it. So as a console, it's premium. Yes, it's obviously the newest one that Nintendo makes, but there's a big but there. The game selection is pretty limited. A lot of people are asking me, oh, is it worth it to upgrade to the Switch? If you are a big Mario Kart fan, the easy answer here is yes, because this is one of the only new launch titles that you can actually play. For everything else, you can kind of play it on the original Switch. Yeah, they've re-released Zelda Breath of the Wild. Is it that much better for the new Switch 2? Yeah, loading times are a bit faster. It's a little bit crispier. You won't actually notice it unless you have both of the models. I would say only get this if you are going to play the new Mario Kart game, which is a ton of fun, to be honest. It's open world, even though when I was playing it, I was just, playing on single player since I had no network connection. If you really want, you can play some of the older GameCube games. I think there's only 3 or 4 to choose from. So the library is still a bit limited, but for me, the hardware is being great. The little Joy-Cons that detach, they haven't really given me any issues. No weird wiggle or wobble. I know that some people already have some weird, drift going on with their Joy-Cons. Nothing bad like that to report on my end. Do I wish this had an OLED screen? Honestly, it's been fine. Do I still secretly wish we got an update of Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask with Unreal Engine? That's my dream. I would spend ungodly amounts of money for that to play on my Switch. But anyways, that is my mini review of the Switch. Worth it for Mario Kart. If you're not a big Mario Kart fan, you can hold off. Switch Lite is still honestly the best value, but still for me, the Switch remains the best handheld console. Okay, so next in the bag, I'll give you guys a POV shot smartphone. Even though I told you I am here for a nothing phone launch, this is the one that I'm currently testing. So this is the new Honor Magic V5. This is a folding phone. Oh, check that out. I trolley put a Samsung wallpaper on it, and you just saw that I was watching some Prime Video on the plane. I was watching the Warhammer 40k mini-series on Prime Video. So good. Oh, yeah. But this is how every company needs to make foldables. So this is only 8.8 millimeters when it's fully shut, 4.1 millimeters when you actually open it. And here you can barely see the screen divide. It just looks so good in this really cool ombre or gradient colorway. I think this is called Dawn Gold. This foldable for me, once again, best in the market, and the form factor is just so money. But yeah, that's the phone that I'm rocking until I pick up the nothing phone here later on, and in the bag is also my laptop, so no surprises there. M4 MacBook Pro. I feel like this guy doesn't need any sort of introduction. I was actually trying to, you're gonna laugh at this, on the plane deal with my desktop. My goal was to organize and clean everything, manage my storage. Obviously, I failed on that. Do not judge me. Okay, so next, whenever I go to a new place, I always have to charge my gear. So this is just a universal charger. Got this off Amazon. So this is great because it's got all the different countries built in. So if you press the UK, which we are in now, that just slots in. That will go on the wall. And then I bring out my Nomad 130 watt charger, which typically has 2 connectors. So one for the MacBook, one USB-C. That will just get plugged in. Boom, that's my charging sorted. And then I just have, this needs to get adjusted. I'm on just a little travel mini tripod right now. This one's a little carbon fiber one, an Amazon pickup. Perfect for the one-man show that this trip is on. And obviously my camera right now, so I'm recording on the Sony A7CR. I'll show you guys off of the Honor device what the setup looks like. Little camera inception. So you can see right there the little Sony microphone that I'm attached to, obviously recording by a nice window. I've got the 18mm Batis, which is nice, super wide. And then right here, which I guess you can see back on the camera right now, the 24-105, the workhorse of the channel, just one of the best all-around lenses. I always travel with this thing. Maybe not the best for vlogging, like this 18 because it's wide, but when I'm at the main nothing event tomorrow, all the footage will be shot with this. If I want a DJI mic just to sound a bit better, I tried to record with the Sony one, so let me know how that sounds. And the very last thing in the bag, I guess it's not really tech related. We can actually go to the washroom because I took it out when I showered. It's my toiletry kit, and I know that I've mentioned before I am sponsored by Harry Rosen, where I get a lot of, say, like my shirts. For example, I'm rocking this Rude t-shirt. A lot of my menswear stuff, like this little Prada kit bag, is from them. They do carry more of the premium / luxe line, so I thought I would include that in this video. For example, you know, I've got my scent, a little bit of Tom Ford, little spritz before I go out. I always carry my Philips One Blade, nice little touch up on the sides. Other stuff like my wallet or even sunglasses, all from Harry Rosen. So I will leave everything linked. That has been my Premium Tech travel bag. Yes, I also travel with these little electrolyte pouches all the time. Lifesaver. Once again, just another little Amazon pickup. Great for when you're on the go. That's literally like my key essentials that I always kind of travel around with. Remember, just team carry-on only. So if you want to end the video just on the bag stuff, you can do so. I'll see you in the next one. Or I will be vlogging the rest of my day and a half in London for the Nothing launch. I might do some sightseeing right now since I'm all changed, ready to go. So if not, peace. And if you do stay, see you for part 2. Whew, spicy outside, but arrived here at the Nothing event. Just offloaded off the bus. Like, London, you are so hot right now. I feel like the heat wave from like we had one in Toronto. I guess New York had one too. It's just shifted over the Atlantic. It is here. Let's check this out.
Problem with most, and it's called very. What is a flagship?
Best part right here, the swag bag pickup. Hi.
Hi, how can I help?
Karl Conrad. Karl with a K and Conrad with a C. Oh, I get 2 boxes. Lovely.
boxes.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Cheers, you too. All right, swag secured. Okay. So devices secured. That was a pretty standard tech event. It was really dark inside, got a bit of footage, but I will show you guys quickly another unboxing. Box in a box. Classic. So I think I was supposed to actually get one white one and one black Nothing Phone 3. So maybe got an extra white one. I will have to get those swapped out, or at least one of them. But instead of having a premium, I guess tech travel bag, maybe I'll make my next one around budget for what they're calling a true flagship. So stay posted for this content. Hope you guys enjoyed content around this travel bag. Like I said, pretty standard tech trip for me, a couple days here in London. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, all links listed down below. Catch you guys in one of my next ones. Peace!